What is going on, everyone? I am live. So we're going to wait here a few minutes to see if the notifications start rolling in. What's going on to Bob and King P, who have been in the chat waiting for the live stream to show up? You cheated. No, I'm just kidding. Steven, what's going on? All right. 5 people in here. And it will be ticking up in a moment. Chuck, what's going on? 7 people. 8 people. It's a little late. We'll see who all comes in tonight. And it's on a weekday, too. Matthew, how's it going? $16 people in here now. Has doubled. 20. Nikki, how's it going? Autumn. Good to see everybody in here. All righty. Jason says, I haven't been on your channel in years. Where have you been? Good to see you. Michelle. Prospecting coins. All right. So tonight, we're just going to be hanging out and having fun and going through some half dollars. So I finally got some new half dollars from my bank. I'm through all the ones I was saving for a long time. As everyone knows, I wasn't very active on YouTube last year. But my bank agreed. They were able to order me boxes. I wasn't able to get them during, they wouldn't try to order them during the coin shortage, but they did agree to order me 2 boxes this week. I guess they didn't have any problems. So I got 2 boxes, and we're going to go through at least one tonight. Now I'm going to wait a little bit to go through the first box because I told Rob from Rob Finds Treasure that I would wait till his stream was over to start going through the box. So we're going to wait a little bit. Or maybe I'll do a roll or 2 or something once some people get in here. Michelle, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Happy New Year. Always love you. I appreciate it, Michelle. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you as well. Am I metal detecting today? No, it's 9:02 p.m. But I'm planning on getting a few detecting videos out soon. I've got a long one that I have to do one more hunt on before I finish editing it. And I'm hoping to get out metal detecting this weekend. That's actually a plan. I might be in Virginia this weekend. I haven't done much traveling over the last year, but things have slowed down a lot for me. So we'll see what happens. Everything's going good, Frank. Thank you. Nick said, what do I do with the NIFC halves that I find? I actually just have like a bin of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Maybe eventually I'll dump them back, and then somebody will get like the biggest NIFC hoard ever while coin roll hunting. The funny thing is I pull them out too so they don't keep recirculating around my same area. I don't know where they end up when I send my half dollars back to a different bank. So I just keep them that way. I don't have to, in case they keep recirculating in my area. So I'm just saving them all for now. Maybe when I travel out of state, I'll dump them in another bank, like halfway across the country or something. Or I was thinking maybe I might make an album of all the best condition ones and all the different dates. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll pick through them someday. Thundercloud, I hope you feel better. Yeah, it's very widespread now. So I guess for a lot of us, it's probably only a matter of time. But that's good, though, that you didn't get it bad. All right. So while I'm waiting here to see if some more notifications go out and to have more people come in, we're just going to – also, too, let me give anybody who super chats gets a sticky, and I'm going to go over, like always now, the highest super chat of the night is going to get something. I'm doing every stream now. Tonight is like a mismatch of random stuff that I've had sitting around, and I'm going to show you all here in a second. And stay tuned, because sooner than later, I am planning on giving away a drone on the channel. It's not sponsored. One of these streams, probably on a stream, I'm planning on giving away a brand new drone. Seriously. So that'll be fun. But let me give Michelle a sticky. And Michelle as the first and the highest super chat tonight so far. Michael, you better get back over to Rob's stream. Or at least keep it on the download. Don't tell him you came over here. Hey, Gustavo, what's going on? Nick, there are no enders in this box unless there's an ender on the bottom of the bottom row. I checked, I take them all out like this and then look at the end of this and then down there, but I never, flip them. I don't get the flat boxes, so it's not easy to check the bottom of the bottom row. So there could be an ender, but no enders in this box. My other box has a super amazing toner on the end, so I'm not sure if we're going to get to that box tonight. But yeah, my other box has an amazing toner in the end. Am I going to be tossing food again? Who knows, Robert? Who knows where we'll end up with stuff tonight? No idea. Silverfish said, glad someone can still get their hands on halves. It's like the desert here. Sorry to hear that. I asked, I don't know if they didn't want to push the envelope. I asked my bank if they would order 3 boxes, and they ordered 2. So I'm going to try not to push my luck. What I'll probably do is when I ask them, I might try to get like 1 or 2 boxes. I'm not doing the streams a whole lot right now, but I'm going to maybe see if I can ask them like twice a month to get me a box. So I'm going to try to keep it on the down low a little bit so I don't make anyone mad. What did you miss? Nothing. We're just getting rolling here. Pun unintended. So let me go through it here. This is going to be fun because this is just like a collage of stuff I had around my house. The highest super chat tonight, I'm going to send all of this stuff to. And I just randomly started grabbing a few things to add to this package. So a few of these items, well, to be exact, 3 of these items are kind of personalized. You'll see why in a minute because they have to do with the channel. So I'll save those for last. Let me separate this stuff here. So first of all, I guess this might be the highlight. This is a CMC Mint 1 ounce Troy 0.999 fine copper. I've had these sitting around for a long time. It's not in perfect condition, but it is the old Mississippi River Bridge stamp design. It's got some spots on it, but it's like the $2 stamp design. I can't remember what year that River Bridge stamp design is from. But that's that there. So that's going to be part of it. A nice 1 ounce chunk of copper. To kind of go with the stamp theme, I grabbed a few stamps I had lying around. This is one that was in a collection of stamps I bought to reuse for postage a long time ago. It's a official mail government stamp. I think it's a 23-cent stamp. These are pretty old. I can't remember how old they are. I didn't look it up. But you can see on the bottom, penalty for private use, $300. So don't stick that on an envelope. And this was just randomly on a package I got from not North Korea, South Korea. That stamp there. Chuck said the stamp was from 1898. Thank you. This is something randomly. I have a bunch of these. These are what are called Chinese commodity ration, like coupons, which were used during during short stuff like that when they were rationing out food and such. And I don't know if they're loading grain into that or what, but those are pretty cool. I'm throwing that in. 2 other random things I grabbed: a centennial bird scent from Canada, 1867 to 1967. I had this randomly sitting in the bottom of one of my some coins I had here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. That's kind of small. Doesn't want to focus too well. There it is. 1867 and 1967. They only made those for 1 year. A British penny from, I think it was 1994. Yeah, 1994. And then into some random stuff. This is completely a joke for throwing this into the package. This was a coin store find. It is 5 pennies stuck together. That is nasty. So that's like that's technically a nickel right there. This is the penny that I found in my last metal detecting video in my backyard. It's the only coin I was able to find down there. That's going into the package. I didn't even clean it up yet. It's a 1968 high relief. And this is the coin. I'll have to find a link to it, or if somebody wants to put a link in the chat. Way back in 2016, toward the end of the year, I did a goofy video where I blowtorched an aluminum coin from France, and I still have it. So you'll have to watch that video. That's going into the package too. So I'm sending all of that out in one package to the highest super chat tonight. I'm gonna pull that video up real quick. If anybody wants to watch it later. I forgot I still had that. I found it the other day when I was sorting through my stuff. So I'm still going through stuff from moving. Okay, I linked to it. And I'm going to look in the chat here a little bit, and then we'll get to going through some rolls here pretty soon. Do I do gold hunting in the river? No. Do you mean for like gold rings, or do you mean like actual natural gold? Around here, there's only fine gold, and I don't have a lot of areas to look through for jewelry around here, so I don't really do any water hunting. Sandra, come on, you know you like that 5-cent piece, right? One said, perfect timing. What up, JD? I just got my wisdom teeth pulled 6 hours ago. Man, I hope you're feeling okay. You're probably really pumped up on the meds. But I hope you're feeling okay. Been there, done that. Actually, I've got 2 wisdom teeth on this side. I got them pulled on this side so they didn't affect my implants. And I had 2 teeth removed in the back here. So once they were removed, my wisdom teeth actually literally just came in last year, and the teeth back here were pulled like 3 years ago. The wisdom tooth down here came in completely sideways. So my gigantic wisdom tooth in the bottom of the back of my mouth on this side is completely sideways. It's interesting. It works though. It's good for crushing food up. Alrighty. let's see. Let me get to a couple other comments here. What's a good approach when asking people to hunt their yard? I just kind of have a spiel I normally go through. I depending on the situation, I try not to vary from it too much. But it's something like, hey, hi, I'm John. I'm a history buff. I'm going around the neighborhood trying to get some permissions to do some metal detecting, look for old coins and things like that. Would you mind if I took a look around your yard? And then I try to, start a conversation. But it goes something like that. Hey, Dennis. Hey, Robert. Hey, Jack. How's it going? So I think also I settled on a name for my Jade Dwarf Bonsai. I think somebody in the chat in the last live stream, I think it was, mentioned naming, I think it was somebody in the chat, or I could be wrong, or I can't remember if I came up with this or not, but I was thinking about it the other day, and I was thinking I wanted to name it something to start with B to play off of bonsai, so I was going to name it Bullseye, but I'm like, that's kind of not really like a name. It doesn't sound quite right. So I started with Bullseye, and then I ended up on Bullwinkle. So that's Bullwinkle the bonsai. I don't know if Knoxville got snow on Monday. I don't live in Knoxville anymore. I'm in the Tri-Cities area. We've been getting snow on and off here at night, and then it like melts during the day when it warms up. But a couple weeks ago, we actually had a lot of snow. On Christmas, we had a lot of snow. Still didn't figure out on the bees. Man, I don't know if they're doing real well. I've noticed over the last day or two here, quite a few of them started dying. They started dying like right on the outside of the box, but there's some still coming in and going out. So I really don't know what's up. I mean, our winters aren't really bad here. I don't know if they're too cold or if it's normal for some of them to die off over the winter. I need some help on that. I don't know how well the hive's doing. I really can't say. I just noticed over the last few days there were some of them were starting to die. Don't know what's going on. But there was live ones still coming and going out today a little bit because it warmed up to like 45 and it was sunny and the sun was hitting the box. So I don't know enough about bees yet to know what's going on. I was getting ready to research it today, actually. Hey, David. Paula said, I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed when I was 16 years old. They had to be cut out. Ooh, not cool. Yeah, mine were cut out. None of mine came through. Like I said, until I got these back teeth removed. And then they came in when I was like, 30 years old, which is kind of weird. Bob said, feed them. Does that mean they ran out of food? I mean, I don't know. I really have not researched as much as I should have. I kind of let it go for a while. I figured since I wasn't harvesting the honey, that I figured they would have plenty of food. Yeah, but I was gonna look into it tonight, so I'm gonna research it tonight after the stream and make sure I do something about it. Sandra, they weren't napping. I picked them up to make sure that they weren't just kind of chilling out. That's funny, Silverfish. Yes, Robert, I should probably talk to somebody. See, I don't want to open it back up. So I mean, I could try. Like if for somehow they just ran out of food, then I could just put some stuff there and just see if that makes a difference. I could put something there, but like I said, I haven't harvested the honey, so I figured they were good to go. Not like I was taking their reserves. Bob, they seemed pretty healthy when they even swarmed back in August and half the hive split off. So the hive seemed pretty healthy. And I had to fix some stuff where there was too much air getting in before the cold weather. So I made sure they had a half decent habitat. Get your sideways wisdom tooth pulled. You can't floss it correctly. It will cause bacteria. It doesn't touch my other teeth. So they're kind of like floating in back. Like I said, I'm missing back molars on this side. So there's no issue with flossing. I just have to brush it really good because the normal indention in the tooth is like pointing in the back of my mouth. So I just make sure I scrub it really good. But yes, it's if I don't like I brush my teeth every day, once a day, like before I go to bed, and I floss every night. So if I just keep remembering to scrub it out really good, it shouldn't ever get a cavity in it. Sandra, I don't think giving the bee. Yeah, I mean, I could get some flowers for them. They would like that. We get some warm days, like here in the winter. Sometimes it's weird here in Tennessee. Like sometimes stuff will bloom in the winter because the temperatures are semi-warm. You'll start to see buds on stuff, even when it's like January. There's already some buds on stuff. So, I had to throw it out. Like the people that left the hive here left some bee food, but I think I left it de-thaw when I had to. They had some of it frozen. They had some kind of like bee food, and it was frozen. But I had to thaw out my freezer, and I ended up just throwing it out because I think it thawed out too long. I forgot it was in the bottom of there. That's interesting, Nikki. I'll have to look into that and see if there's anything dripping in there. But yeah, it seems like I'm going to need to get some bee food in case that's the issue, because I'm going to have to act fast if that's the part of the problem here. I don't have any bears directly here in this area, so I don't have to worry about it. Tons of deer, though. Tons of deer. That's good, Paula. I had an experience where one of my back teeth, before I had my extensive dental work, one of my back teeth cracked completely in half sideways, and there was no pain. So that was kind of weird. But it literally cracked in half. The bees are probably fine. The Undertaker bee throws them out when they die. No idea. Yes. When did I do that petting a bee video? Yeah, that was a carpenter. That was a carpenter bee. That was when I lived in a condo where it was infested with carpenter bees that drilled holes all through the decks, of the condos there. Jason said, we haven't seen you do any trick shots on the court in a while. I'll probably do something with that for certain this year, maybe this spring, because I've got to hoop up my driveway now. So we can definitely do a throwback video. I've been thinking about making one recently. Maybe try to work on the editing and put some music to it and do it like a throwback. I think it'd be cool. Robert said, like to hear your chat when you're not looking at your coins. We're going to start going through them here soon. Have I ever bought or sold coins on eBay? I don't I don't really like buy and sell coins on eBay anymore, but yeah, I've literally been doing that since I was 12 years old. So yes, my eBay account's like 20 years old. I have like almost 12,000 unique feedback. I have a pretty big eBay account. I was really into it back in the day. I've done tens of thousands of eBay transactions. That was kind of my bread in the day, was buying and selling. Hey, Quentin, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Whatever happened to Cut a Plug? I haven't talked to him in a little while. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. I just realized he texted me a while back, and I forgot to respond to him. The last I talked to him, he was doing okay. He moved to Florida. He moved to Florida, and I guess he just hasn't been posting videos, but I got to give him a call. But I'm glad you mentioned him, because I need to call him. Convince him to do some more videos. But yeah, since he's in Florida now, we probably won't be doing any more videos together. I mean, at least I'm sure we may meet up, sometime in the future if he's back up here, or if I'm down there at some point. If I go to Florida, I'll definitely hit him up. What was the worst thing about selling on eBay? Well, just like any transactions that involved, just like any transaction, it's just when you deal with people who aren't easy to deal with. That's always the worst part of selling. It's tricky these days. Now everybody, all the states have got their hands in the pocket, so you can't get around sales tax anymore. Do I have a large silver coin collection? I save, like, it's sort of like for fun and as like an investment. I've saved all the silver that I've found coin roll hunting. Maybe I've been planning on doing a video on that for a while, like all of the silver I found coin roll hunting. I've kept it all because I don't like some of the coin roll hunting streamers. I don't sell my boxes, so I do get to keep all the silver, which is pretty cool. I make a lot less money than they do, that's for sure. But I like doing it just to keep the silver. It's fun for me. Yeah, I can imagine you're frozen up there in Minnesota. The ground's not frozen here right now. The snow's been coming and going, but the ground's not frozen. I'm planning on doing a detecting hunt this weekend. So I'm going to be trying to get some videos up soon. I'm getting back into it a little more this year. Still not detecting as much as I did in the past, but I'm definitely doing it. I detected like 2 days in a row right before New Year's. I'm working on a long video from a single location. I found where there used to be a home site that was torn down in like the early 60s on public property. I pinpointed it on a map. It was actually at a school, and the house has been gone, like I said, since the early 60s. So no one who's ever metal detected that school in the past probably ever knew that there was a house there. So I located it where it was, and I've found some relics where the house used to be on public property. I no idea how old the house was, except that it goes back to like on the 1935 maps. So it could have been like a Victorian period house, which would have been possible in the area that it's in. I really have no idea. It could have even been older, could have been a little bit newer. No way of telling. But I'm doing like an hour-long video on it of metal detecting that skull, and then trying to find the home site relics on that property also. The school was built in like 1971, so I wasn't, apart from the home site stuff, I wasn't expecting anything like fantastic as far as coins were concerned. But it hadn't been metal detected like super heavily, so there was targets everywhere. It was loaded with clad from like the 1970s and 80s. There were coins from the 1970s and 80s all over that place, which is kind of interesting, to be honest, to me, because, if you find a location where, there's coins that old, that have just been down there, and there's tons of them. You never know what's going to pop out of the ground, like a gold ring, or you have no idea. Hey, David. Do you have any honey at all from your hive? I'm with my 83-year-old dad. He has been a beekeeper in your area of TN. I haven't taken any honey out of it. Like I said, I only got the hive last year when I moved into the property. I a box when I was going to fix it a couple months ago, and they were good to go. I don't know if you meant like, do I have any, or is there like any honey left in it? Like, I haven't opened it the way it's sealed, like to look in and check right now. So it's not easy for me to pull it in and out. Like, it's been neglected. I'd have to really, to make it so that I could open it up easily anymore, I'd have to get all of the, the wax out of the crevices. So I was kind of letting them do their thing, but that's the problem of since it was not maintained, like they're kind of shut up in there pretty good. But I was thinking about that, like, like I just assumed they would be good on food because I wasn't harvesting the honey, but I guess I could be wrong, because if they need food, I definitely don't want the hive to die out. So we'll have to figure it out. Nick said, what is my map resource I use? For online, it's pretty simple. Now, you can't find the really old stuff, but historicaerials.com, it's amazing for looking for old silver and like most of the maps. It depends on your part of the country, but in most areas, the maps will go back to like the mid 1930s. It's good to find home sites that have disappeared and stuff like that. It's been a real go-to for me. I've used it a lot. I've kind of got really good at storytelling with it too, and pinpointing stuff. Like I love to look for like old skulls using it, and pinpoint them with GPS and all that stuff. I really enjoy it. The more wax that is built up, the less the bees will work. I guess you're saying that is a bad thing? What am I doing right now? I'm just chatting, and then we're going to go through this box of $50 here pretty soon. Ben, are you asking for metal detecting or coin roll hunting? Thank you, Kelly. Good to see you've been around for a while. Hey, Mason. Hey, Mud Swat. You've been here for a while, but how did I miss you? Well, because I went on a rant there for a minute, and my eyes glaze over when I go on a rant. I could be looking right in the chat and not see anyone. It is a bad thing. Hives should be cleaned regularly. Yeah, I kind of figured that. So I'll probably have to try to find somebody the first time that can help me with it, and then I can maintain it. Okay. Need to clear some of the wax. Feed them honey and clover if you can find any clover. I really appreciate the advice. I'm definitely going to have to start doing that. Clover. I'm trying to think if do I have have I seen any clover? Yeah, I should have plenty of clover around. I haven't really specifically been looking for it, but I'm sure it's on the hillside over there. But yeah, really, I really appreciate the tips for the beehive. Yeah, that's going to be quite a job. See, I guess another question I have for you though is like, could I probably get away with just feeding them for now? Because I mean, it's pretty cold out right now. I don't want to open the box and do all that now, if it's really cold out. I don't know. That's probably not a good thing to do, right? I should probably wait till a warm, like maybe when it's warmer in the spring to clean it out. So maybe just feed them now and then clean it out a little bit later. Is that the best way forward? Once you see how to scrape a hive, it's super easy. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I just need to get my bee suit on and do it. But I'm going to at least wait for a decently warm day. Okay, feed now and clean it when it's warmer. That's So is this kind of like a life lesson? The bees work less when there's too much wax. So it's like if they get lazy, they just they don't have as good of a life. Is there like some hidden life lesson in this? Honey is good with toast and tea. You know what? I don't actually think I've ever put honey on toast. That sounds really good. Mud Swat, I do the same thing. I watch a lot of YouTube videos to learn stuff. You live about 10 miles from me. Oh, awesome. Well, if you want, send me an email. It's in the it should be in the description. Yeah, it's in the, actually, I don't know if it's in the description. I think my email should be in there with the PO box. If not, I'll post it in the chat here. Broccoli and honey. That sounds kind of weird. Especially mayonnaise and honey. That sounds really bad. Life lesson, keep your ears clean. Now that's funny. I should do a mushroom hunting video. I don't have any really good spots for it. But I am planning on going back where I found that gigantic cauliflower mushroom. That thing was like, man, that thing was probably like 3 to 4 pounds. They're supposed to grow the same place every year. So I'm going to go back in the summer and see if that one regrows where I took that other one. Because if it does, I am definitely going to harvest it. Ball through the lamp. Maybe. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, awesome. I'll look out for your email. Business idea, you do the research and then offer your places for folks to come and metal detect the location. The only problem with that is the public property around here is not very productive, and you'd have to get private permission, and then it's hard to get private permissions and then get other people on a permission. It's very tricky. It's tricky enough to get places for me to metal detect. I mean, actually, it's easy like if you're door knocking with 2 people, but if you have more than 2 people, especially with like smaller lawns and stuff, it gets really complicated and you get a lot more no's because it's kind of overwhelming to the homeowners. Daniel said, hello, JD. Great watching all your videos. Think I've watched close to all of your videos by now. Well, thank you, Daniel. I'm glad you enjoy them. Flooded Tree, I'm good. How are you? Kelly said, I have a mushroom ID app. That sounds pretty cool. There were some mushrooms that were, I can't remember what kind they are now. There were some edible mushrooms that were growing on a stump in my side yard, and I was going to pick them, and they were there for quite a while. And the day before I was going to harvest them, a fawn ate them. And well, he more like played with them. He half ate them, and then the rest he just like flung into the yard. So a little fawn playing with his food ate my mushrooms. Yeah, more people are coming in here as the stream goes on. It's kind of weird with my notifications. They take a while to go out. It takes a while for people to find the stream. It's weird how it's getting later at night, but yet more people are coming in. Cows like shrooms too. I wouldn't know because I don't have any cows roaming around my backyard. I'm good, JD. It's always fun to join a live stream. I'm only 12, but like coin collecting. That's awesome. Actually, I started coin collecting when I was 12. I might have still been 11. No, I was probably just turning 12. So you're as old as I was when I started collecting. I'm worried about my bees. I got to get them some food now. Mushrooms smell awful. I think mushrooms smell amazing. I like the smell of fungus. Well, certain kinds. I don't do any gold panning because there's really not a lot of gold where I'm at. It's really fine gold. You have to go to another part of the state too if you really want to find some decent stuff. So I haven't really done any panning. That could happen though. Well, thank you for sharing the video. I appreciate it. And anybody that's just coming in, smash that like button. I can't. Oh, yeah, there it is. 60. We only got 60 likes on the video. Let's get that up to 100 on the stream. Let's do a very first wood-fired pizza adventure. I don't know about that. That sounds like a whole lot of work. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. We don't want any cows floating down the stream. Michelle, thank you for another super chat. I appreciate it. Come on, people, super chat for a prize. Hey, Michelle, it looks like you'll probably get it. So don't encourage anybody to send more. You get another sticky. Ooh, it's late. Oh, and my brain's... my fingers are faster than my brain right now. I put M-I-C-H-E-E-L-E. That's not how you spell Michelle. I got it changed here, though. But yeah, keep your notifications on for anybody that wants to try to snag a drone. Because on one of the streams up here, I'm planning on giving away a $100 drone. One that I have one of them for myself, and I'm gonna be messing around with one. Probably try to fly at a local park here, maybe in my backyard a little bit. Jim said, all mushrooms are edible, some only once. That's very true. How am I still getting bulk coins? I don't know. My bank came through. I haven't asked them for several months now, And I asked them for 2 boxes, and then I said, well, let's try to get 3, and they got me 2. I don't know if they were able to get me 2 boxes, so I wasn't going to complain. I'm going to try to get some more if I can. Clover is easy to find. You know how to ID it? Yeah. Oh, yeah, clover's. Yeah, I know what clover is. Yeah, real easy to find. Certainly. I have found 4-leaf clovers before. Kelly, I appreciate the $10 super chat. That things may get interesting because you tied Michelle's super chat. I never thought there could possibly be a tie. This could get weird. Let me get you a sticky up on the wall. That is very strange. Might have to do rock, paper, scissors. There's your sticky. Chuck says that just means they both will lose. They cancel each other out and I get to keep the prize. No, I'm just kidding. What's that whistle of yours? I have no idea. I whistle quite a bit. I whistle for a lot of reasons. I whistle in between when I'm talking, when you're trying to find something to say. It kind of takes away from the awkwardness, and I whistle at very random times. And of course, it depends on the mood and what I'm doing. Daniel, thank you for the $5 super chat. Let's all super chat and help out during these rough times. I appreciate the super chat, Daniel. Thank you very much. Let's get you up on the wall of fame. Do I whistle while I work? Well, I'm live streaming, and for me, it's technically work. CoinQuester with a $14.99 super chat. Been enjoying your adventures, house changes, and streams. Well, thank you, CoinQuester. I really appreciate it. One of the things I gotta do is just start posting even low-key videos. I guess in the past, I was so used to putting out amazing content with the treasure hunting that people know me for. I kind of thought that when I just started putting out random vlog videos like about my life, that a lot of people really wouldn't like it. And of course, a lot of people don't watch them, but I need to start just putting out some low-key videos for everyone and not have to worry about putting out polished videos and ones where I'm finding a lot of stuff. I need to start doing that for everyone so I can kind of keep the channel going, even if it's not like big adventures. We need to start doing that. So I know there's probably, like 2,000 people that click on almost like every video I post, like a few thousand people will watch. So maybe this year I'll just keep it real low key and just put out whatever content that, of what I'm doing at the time. Let me get CoinQuester a sticky. CoinQuester is the highest super chatter so far. Michelle sent another $10. Here's more. I appreciate it, Michelle. I will point out, I have to say this just for clarity. It's not like a cumulative total. I have to be fair to everybody. It's the single highest super chat. Daniel said 5 more and said 3 way to tie to make it fair. That's funny. But actually, CoinQuester's in the lead right now. Get Michelle's other sticky. And then another one for Daniel. Oh, let's do this green color. All righty, let's get them up there. Hope you get back to metal detecting. Yeah, I got some videos in the works actually. So there should definitely be some detecting videos this year. And when I get the time too, I still have old footage I've never posted. I actually have a few coin roll hunting videos, like traditional style, like not live stream stuff, like traditional videos, like a 1 or 2 I never posted, and actually have a bit of a backlog for detecting videos I never posted for certain reasons. It's like I was going to do a series and hunt a location again, or it was short clips, or it just got buried because there was too much editing involved. So I have a lot of random footage actually from the last few years that was never posted. I'm sitting on a few really good hunts too. I need to just get them edited. So there'll be more content one way or the other. Hey, Henry, he said, I only find square nails. I guess that's a good thing. Square nails are better than round nails, that's for sure. Did I remove the hot tub out of the basement? Not fully yet. That thing was put together so well. I've got literally like a basin just full of screws. I mean, it's ridiculous. I've been taking that whole thing apart a little bit at a time. And that part of the basement isn't heated. It's right below here. And it's really cold in the winter, so I haven't really been actually working on that much. But probably over the spring, I'll have the whole thing gutted downstairs. I got to take out some of the walls too, more of the paneling. But the gutting the demo should be done down there over the next few months. Yes, square nails means they're from an older house, because the square nails were like handmade nails. Yes, you did tell me about that last time we went live. That's very interesting. Jim, I don't want to comment on that right now. Yeah, I don't want to comment on that right yet. I may be doing something in the future on that. It's not something I can talk about casually, because it involves it would involve accusations. So I'm not going to get into that lightly, but I may address it in the future. it's kind of a long story, but I'm probably gonna try to give the company one more crack at making things right. Let's just put it that way. So I've been removed from the situation for a long time, and I want to see if there has been any improvements in the management, because in the past, major issues with the company. But I don't want to say any more than that right now. It's gonna be in their hands, whether they want to reconcile or not. All right, I'm gonna grab. Oh yeah, I got my drink right here. Actually, I'm gonna grab the rest of my coconut water. I'll be back in a second. Actually, while I'm not coin roll hunting, I can put this up a little bit higher. For anyone who wants to know what one of my favorite coconut waters, this isn't my favorite one. My favorite one is there's a sparkling coconut water with lime juice. I can't remember the brand. It's absolutely amazing. The only store that I can find around here that sells it is Ingles, but this is my number 2 favorite coconut water, or we could say my favorite one that's not carbonated water, the chocolate flavored one. Now, normally I don't like coconut waters that have added flavors to them. Like I think the pineapple ones are really gross, and other ones I've tried. But there's something about this one that is amazing. So if you can get this, try it. I get mine at Kroger. The Kroger around here sells it. So this is like super awesome stuff. Drew said, I bet JD will never read this. Ha! How's it going, Coit? Hey, that sounds awesome, Mud Swat. Man, anywhere they're clearing a lot of brush. I'm starting to clear a lot of the brush on the hill behind my house. So, apparently, I did pinpoint from people commenting. A few people said a few different things, but I looked at them really carefully. So those metal things that I was finding in the backyard, they are the 3.5-inch floppy disks from like the 90s. So there's a lot of electronic trash in that hill in my backyard. I don't know why. Like pieces of radios, floppy disks, all sorts of like pieces of motherboards. It's kind of weird. But there's a lot of electronic trash in my like semi-old electronic trash on that hill in my backyard. Kakoa Rider is back. Welcome. Come to Indiana and metal detect. I may end up there at some point. We'll see where I end up this year. I'm starting to get back to doing a little bit of traveling and getting out. I'm planning on being in Virginia this weekend, so we'll see how that goes. Metal detecting, that is. It'll be my first out-of-state hunt in a little while. How is Mom? Thank you for asking, Lee. She's doing good. I don't know if she's still here. She posted in the chat a little bit earlier. Yes, James, in the backyard of my new place. I'm still saving it. I'm going to save it for an epically long video, but I haven't metal detected the main portions of my yard yet. I'm hoping there's a lot of coins here. You know, residential yards built in the 50s, really hit and miss. They can be loaded with coins, or there may not be a lot. But most of my front yard, I think, apart from like some like sewer lines, I think it's mostly original. So I'm hoping. You know, I'm thinking there's going to be at least. I'm thinking I'll find at least some some old pennies. I'm hoping there's at least 1 or 2 silvers here on the property. Sticks, there's your shout out. Yeah, Mud Swat, I'm hoping for some of that 1950 silver. We'll take some early 60s silver, right? I have still never found, I have found Ben Franklin halves in the ground. I've found a bunch of Walking Liberty halves. I've even found multiple Barber half dollars metal detecting. A lot of Walkers, a couple Benjis, well, maybe like 4 of them. Still have never dug a silver Kennedy half dollar. They're hard to find. They didn't make them for many years. And I don't know if they just weren't circulated a lot or what, but man, can't. And I've detected so many schools from that time period that could have produced them. Just can't find a silver Kennedy half dollar in the ground. I found probably like maybe I've definitely found over a dozen clad half dollars. Never a silver one. So could this be the yard? Like the farmhouse. One of my best relics I've ever found. I travel all over, and one of the best relics I ever found was in my backyard. Could this yard produce my first silver Kennedy half dollar? I sure hope so. Same, I can't find one too. I found more coin roll hunting. Yeah, I found a lot of the 40%ers coin roll hunting, but I can't dig one. But here's the weird thing. 2 different people, at least, that I used to metal detect with frequently, found one. Nobody's ever dug one when I've been there with them, but I know a lot of people like in my area that have found them. I can't find one. I can't get the coil over one. Don't know what it is. I found a silver dime laying on top of a molehill once after an estate sale. That is really funny. That's actually really funny. I saw on the forums times for metal detecting a long time ago, somebody found a gold class ring that a mole pushed up, and it was literally sitting on top of the molehill while they were metal detecting. They looked down, and it's like literally perched on top of it. That's pretty crazy. I don't think I've ever found anything like that right on top that a mole has pushed up, other than like pottery bits and stuff like that. But I have found wheat pennies on the surface before in areas that had bad erosion, that like embankments that were washing away. I've picked up old pennies right off the ground, right on the surface. So that's fun. I mean, a few times I've eyeballed them, but more often than not, like you find it with a detector, and then you look down and it's not even under the ground. That's cool when that happens. In my yard, I found a nice 1917 Walker half, same year as my house. That is amazing find for your yard. That's really cool. I've lived in a lot of properties over the years that have put out some interesting stuff, you know, because you can keep hunting it over and over and over and dig every little peep. There was no silver at the farmhouse, but maybe I'll do a recap someday. I'll put it all together because my parents, you know, I still own the property. My parents live there. So I'll have to put it all together and show it all, because that was obviously not the best property for quantity, because unfortunately a lot of the yard was dozed and redone, so a lot of the old stuff was gone, but there were some patches there where there was some really awesome stuff. My email, look in the description. My email's in the description. Now, I will say for my YouTube email, sometimes I'm really sluggish at getting the messages, so please don't get mad at me if I don't respond right away. Maybe we'll should I do a sneak peek? I've got some finds here. Yeah, in my bathroom. Like, yeah, all my metal detecting finds end up by the sink in my bathroom. But thankfully, I'm installing a wash tub in my basement. So for the first time, like ever since I started metal detecting, I'm actually going to have a junk room where I can come in and put all my junk and wash everything off without cluttering my bathroom. So I'm actually excited because I'm doing a lot to this house and I have a lot of space. So I'm putting a wash tub in my, there's the downstairs part of it, it was a garage converted into bedrooms. So they had some leftover space that's a really weird shape that they just turned into like storage. And it's right where all my lines are. So I'm going to put a wash tub, and all the walls are already ripped out. And that's where the lines were for the hot tub. So I'm pulling, like, the hot tub lines are going to be like they were disconnected, and I'm going to use it for the wash tub. So I'm actually going to have a place where I can throw all my junk and wash it off. So that'll keep me from, oh yeah, I got off track. Maybe, should I show you all sneak peek a couple of the cool things I found from that home site that was on that school property? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe we should leave it for the video. Hey, Amelia. Glad to see your first time here. Thanks for stopping by. I found a near mint shiny wheat penny in a Coinstar. That's awesome. I found this 5-cent piece in a Coinstar a while back. It's a 5-cent coin. Check that out. Robert Juberg, if I said that right, with a $30 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You are certainly the highest super chat tonight, and you might get the package of randomness tonight. And I'll show everybody what it all is again. All right. There's your sticky. We're going to start going through the coins here pretty soon. Let me check something here. For anybody who doesn't know, you should all go and subscribe to Rob Finds Treasure. He's a good friend of mine, and he does a lot of the coin roll hunting live streams. If you're not familiar with him, he mostly does coin roll hunting content on his channel, but he does also pour his own silver and copper like bars and rounds, and he also does some metal detecting videos. He just hasn't done any in a while. So check out his channel. But he's streaming right now too, and I told him I would wait till he's done when he comes over to start going through the rolls. He should be finishing up soon. So we'll be getting through some rolls here soon. Look at that furnace. I had one like that. Yeah. And it's also, I mean, it's connected to this, but I don't think I don't know if the people that were here before really used it. I don't know. I'm afraid to turn it on. So we're going to definitely consider that a backup heating source, because we're going to stick with my HVAC. Now the HVAC I have is too small for the size of this house. So I have that section of the basement closed off so I don't lose a lot of the, so it doesn't have to work too hard. But what I'm going to probably have to do once I get the basement gutted and redone, I'm probably going to have to put in one of the mini split systems to take some of the pressure off of this HVAC system, because this house, once it's done, it's going to be pretty large on the heated square footage. I mean, it's actually going to be fairly close to 3,000 square feet of heated space. So I need to put in something else in to help heat the downstairs. And I personally don't like wood burning, because I work for myself and I do a lot of stuff from home, and I don't like all the smells and the work and all that stuff. So eventually I'll get my chimneys cleaned up and just have it as a backup heating source, but I'm probably not going to do much with that. What's the oldest coin I found? I get asked that all the time, and I always have to think about it. Yeah, it's a metal detecting. I found a late 1600s Japanese coin. It could have been 1700 on the button, but the closest I could find for that design was like 1690 to 1700. And then, but that was probably dropped. I mean, a lot of those cash coins from like China and Japan were pretty common, but that one I found was not one of the common ones. So I was super stoked about that. That was a really old one, not like the common Chinese Qianlong one that's from the 1700s. But I think the find that I found that was dropped the longest ago was probably the King George II King George II half penny I found, which is like 1727 to 1750. That was probably my metal detecting find I found that was dropped the longest ago in Tennessee. That was pretty awesome that I found it here in Tennessee, because it's a very, 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 very rare find for around here. That doesn't sound good, Sandra. Couldn't send this on the phone. Had to use my tablet. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I actually normally don't watch live streams on my phone. I actually normally watch them from my desktop. Like, I don't randomly have streams on like while I'm driving and stuff like that, or like while I'm just randomly doing stuff. I normally just, when I'm chilling, like, well, I normally put streams on sometimes like at night, like when I'm just winding down and stuff like that. I just usually put them on my desktop. Paula said, what is the carb count of the coconut water? 80 calories for the whole bottle, 20 grams of carbohydrates, 7% of daily value. Show me the money, says Mike. We're getting to it here shortly. Good evening, Emmanuel. Or I should say Emmanuel's workbench. I dug up a 1917 $50 to 1930 house. That's awesome. I have quite a collection of metal detected $50. Mostly Walking Liberty $50. I found a lot of those for some reason. Well, they were circular. These, for some reason, the way they make the caps on these, they go down in, and you can never get the last bit out. You have to like really shake it, so you can still hear it. Oh, William, you said Rob streams over? Cool. That means we're getting into coins here in a moment. Poke a hole in the bottom? No, Sandra, but I've done it. Here, we'll just do it. Why not? I've done this before. Because you want every last drop. Good to the last drop. But that's also how you drink cardboard fuzzies. Am I glad 2020 is over? I mean, it's just a year to me. Do I still have my girlfriend? I wonder. Do you find Indian arrowhead? I think you mean Indian arrowheads on your hunts. I normally don't do plowed fields, so no, I generally don't find Indian, or I don't generally don't find arrowheads on my hunts. No, I still have my girlfriend in a jar. She's in a pint jar somewhere. Thank you, Michael. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I think I just got that out of storage. Or wait, do I have that here? No, I don't. I'll be back in a second. Never mind. I don't have it here right now. But I'm probably going to start dropping some videos here soon of like, I eventually, once I get all my stuff organized, I want to do a video of everything I've ever found metal detecting. The problem is I don't keep all of my valuables here in the house naturally, because that wouldn't be smart. So everything I have is like scattered all over the place. When am I making the penny shirts we were talking about in your last stream? To be honest, it's a little bit on the back burner right now because I'm working on other stuff, but I can't give you an answer on that. Do residents get a little nervous when you ask to hunt, or do they just ignore the knock or anything? There's a lot of different people in this world. I've knocked on hundreds of doors. I mean, I've had people that are super nice and like want to give me permission before I even ask. I have people that are more leery. Some people won't come to the door. I mean, I've met just about every different type of person you can imagine, from super friendly to mean to in between to, unsure at first, and then they kind of warmed up to me, to unsure and still said no. And I mean, it's hard to answer. There's so many different responses you'll get. I mean, generally, if you present yourself the right way, a lot of leeway in swaying somebody's decision. I mean, most of the time when you knock on somebody's door, it's kind of, you're not going to usually change too often. I mean, you can, once you get good at it, you can get people to warm up to you and get more yeses. But generally, for most people, they already know whether they're going to tell you yes or no. So there's some people you're not going to get a yes from, and there's some people that you'd really have to mess something up to get a no. So something like that. What got me into metal detecting? I could tell that story really quick. Basically, I remember my first memory of seeing a metal detector. I was probably like, I don't know, 11 or 12. And I saw one I might have been 13. I don't know. I don't remember. But I was because I think I got my first detector for like my 14th birthday. I think it was. But I got it a little bit early. You know how it is. You get it early and then it's considered a birthday present. I just saw like, I don't know if it was like Overstock or what, but at a Walmart by me, there was just a bunch of them stacked up in the front of the store by like the checkout. And I just remember seeing them there with like people holding like rings and chains and coins. And like, man, I was like, that looks really cool. Like just like treasure. And I got a metal detector and I started metal detecting, and the rest is history. I got my first detector when I was 6. That's awesome. You got it earlier than I did. I didn't get my detector till I was like 13. Have you ever got a YouTube strike? I have never gotten a strike on this channel. Now, I've had a lot of demonetized videos and different things, and thumbnails removed for having sensitive materials in them, like swastikas and other things. But no, I've never actually gotten a strike from YouTube for anything. So my YouTube channel has been in good standing for a very long time. Did I ever have to run for my life? No, I've never had anybody chase me off with a shotgun or anything like that. But there was only one time ever that I was close to being in a physical altercation with somebody, and I hightailed it out of there. It was somebody who was not happy And that's one of those stories where the wife gave me permission to metal detect. He came home and he was livid. That was something else. Kelly said old people are leery. It just really depends on the situation. There have been a lot of older people who have been leery, but some of the nicest people I met were like, older guys, and they were like, make yourself at home, come on in. It wasn't just like metal detecting. Like they just like said, make yourself at home. Like, okay. So, I mean, that kind of hospitality is like dying out. But I mean, I've had people feed me before, like that Southern hospitality. I had a guy make me a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich while I was detecting his yard. There was one family that brought me Taco Bell once, and I tried to convince them not to buy me anything, but they wouldn't let me take no for an answer. So they ran out. They didn't care. I was at their house. They left for Taco Bell. They said, you stay here. We're going to get Taco Bell. We'll bring you some tacos back. I mean, oh yeah, I've been offered. Yep. Yeah, sweet tea. I don't know if specifically I've ever been offered that. I've been offered lemonade before. My mom would run me off. No, that's funny. What's the craziest thing I ever found metal detecting? I get asked that too, but I can't ever place it. I have to think about that. I do have a video on YouTube called, it's one of those, I don't know why this video, for some reason, I think it just had a high click-through rate when I posted it. Like there was just something about the video, but look up my video. It's probably the #1 if you search on YouTube because it's a very specific title. Just type in metal detecting top 10 worst finds. So just look that up and you'll see my top 10 worst finds metal detecting. It's a really goofy video, but that would probably help you out. The E-Track, I still have my E-Track. I can't use it anymore because I have major problems with my neck and my back. And the E-Track is literally like a bowling ball. It is extremely heavy. So I don't use it anymore, but I don't need to. I don't like do coin shooting in areas where the coins are really deep and I'm trying to ignore other targets. The E-Track is like almost strictly good for like coin shooting. It doesn't do good in like iron rich areas where you're trying to dig a lot of relics because the processor's slow on it. So there's many reasons I don't use it a lot anymore. Like sometimes I'll bust it out for just like nostalgic reasons. But I don't commonly use it anymore because it's too heavy with my the issues with my neck and my back, and also it's not best for the type of metal detecting I do these days. But yeah, my neck and back's doing pretty good, as good as it has been. I mean, what are you gonna do? Everybody gets wear and tear on their body over the years, so it's manageable. I'm at the best point that I have been over the last few years, so I'm very, very thankful that I'm at least still able to metal detect now. And do stuff. I've been quite active. Well, not since it's been the winter a lot lately. Like today, I did a ton of yard work. I'm clearing a lot of brush on the hill behind my house and around my fence and stuff. So yeah, been doing good. Is there always a place you've always wanted to hunt but never did? Yeah, pretty much anywhere in the Northeast where you can find like really old stuff. I mean, I'd love to hunt the White House lawn, but I just don't think it's going to happen. There's a lot of places I'd like to metal detect. What's the most expensive thing I've ever found metal detecting? Okay, so most of my metal detecting career has been in Tennessee, where you don't find a lot of expensive jewelry. So I rarely find anything of value. Like literally, the most valuable things I found detecting are like a few $100 at best. I can tell you right now, the most valuable thing I've ever found metal detecting as it stands today is actually a palladium ring, because what is palladium? It's like ridiculous. Palladium has skyrocketed to like $2,200 an ounce. So in 2015, I found a palladium ring that was worth like $120, It's worth like 400 now. And I'm not joking. That's how expensive palladium ring is. And yes, I did find a palladium ring on land, which is kind of bizarre. It's a very rare find, very rare find. But yes, I have a palladium ring that I think last I checked has about $430 worth of palladium in it. You see it? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like I got my metal detecting finds are scattered all over the place in various different storage areas. So like when I do a video on it, like I'll do like one video will be rings, one will be coins. It's not like I have it here that I can pop it out and show it to you right now. So we will see. Let's see here. Is Rob done? He's still on. He must be doing the end of the stream. I know everybody's waiting to get through the coins. Do you still play some hoops? Yes, I have a basketball hoop in my driveway now, so I am super happy about that I can exercise here at the house. So real quick, before we get into the coins, I'm going to get my gloves ready to go here in a minute. And I forgot, I've got to get my laundry into the dryer. It's laundry night. I'm not going to do that right yet. For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, I've been working on this. That's kind of a new hobby. That's my jade dwarf bonsai. That it's doing pretty good. It is acclimated to its new habitat. I got some fresh leaves coming back through here naturally from being shipped. And it's natural when it changes habitat to lose a lot of its leaves. That one there was coming off anyway. Some of these were, some of them will still come off, but it's doing good because it's growing new leaves, which is what you I can't really show it up close too much, but this is all new growth up here. So it's doing quite well. I've got to go do some stuff, but a good thing about your streams is you'll still be streaming hours later. Cheers till later. I probably won't be on here super long tonight, but it is going to take a while to go through this box. Any more dig or die? Probably not like in the near future, but no, I probably will at some point, but nothing planned at the moment. I almost did that at the school I've been detecting because there was a lot of clad coins, but I kind of made it into a regular series rather than one of those because it kind of had more of a story to it. So I do know some locations where there's a ton of coins, though. So maybe that would be good to go out and do that. Mudswat said, now I'm looking at 1 gram palladium bars, $97 to $110 a gram. I know, it's ridiculous. Hey, Tim, what's going on? Yeah, palladium, it's literally ridiculous. Am I still remodeling the house? A little bit at a time. Over the winter here, I haven't been doing much. There's one room I want to get painted, but I can't really show you here. Maybe I could. I'll turn it around. I won't be able to see it. Well, we'll leave it off. It's late anyway, but I got some custom blinds for all my windows here because in front of me, like you guys can't see it, but it's just, I've got 2 windows here, 2 windows there, and 2, 4, 6 windows here. This is just a gigantic sunroom. And I ordered custom blinds that are solid black because I'm going to be painting this room white for contrast. And they're like special ones. They have the special topper on them and they don't have the slits in them that lets light through. They're like really custom. And it's going to look awesome. It's going to be like an executive style office in here that's going to be like black and white. once I get all this paneling painted. But yeah, I just installed my custom blinds here a couple days ago, and I'm not doing much with the basement right now, other than once the weather starts to warm up a little bit, I'll finish gutting it, and then I have to really decide what I want to do with it. So the downstairs is going to be a work in progress. I don't need to do much more up here other than get this sunroom painted, which is going to be a painstaking process over the paneling. But most of the house up here is in pretty good condition. So I've got, I need to just at some point put a fresh coat of paint on this main living room here and one of the bedrooms, and not a lot more needs done. I finished doing a kind of a semi fix up of the one bathroom. I just have to still install a light and some random stuff. Am I going to sheetrock this room? No, this paneling here is probably just going to get sanded and painted over. It's just going to be white, and it's going to really make everything pop in here. Have I ever found an Eisenhower dollar? I never have. I've never found an Eisenhower dollar or a Susan B. Anthony metal detecting. I've got a lot of bucket listers I need to get off the list. Michael, some of those stickies come down. These ones actually don't work really well. I have a certain brand. It's funny. The best type of stickies I've ever had on that wall are like Cash Express junk mail ones that like people get in the mail, like, you know, the advertising ones that everybody, they you randomly get in your mailbox. They stick a lot better than these ones that always have a little bit of a curve to them. What's the best coin I found in my opinion? In my opinion, well, I won't say like my personal favorite, but what is the best one? It would have to be, I'd have to go off of rarity. 1921 Standing Liberty quarter. Just a pretty rare coin. And I can't believe I found one. But it's one of the rarest coins I can find in my area, because Philadelphia minted coins generally don't have a lot of value because they've been used. But I found a 1921 Standing Liberty quarter. It's unfortunately in pretty bad shape, so the value isn't super high. Like if it was in like even very fine condition, it'd be worth like $500 probably. But the one I found is maybe like worth like 130. It's really worn. I wonder what the mintage on that is. I'm going to look it up real quick. Now the mintage can be higher. They were notorious for the date wearing off. Until they made the recessed date style in 1925. So there was 1.9 million minted, 1.916 million of the 1921. But you got to consider that is pre-recessed date style. So a lot of those are going to have the date rubbed off. So it's much more rare than it sounds. I mean, that's still a low mintage, but yet you got to figure, like I said, a lot of those are going to have the date rubbed off. What's going on, Bird Dog? Good to see you in here. Did you get a notification or did you just randomly stumble onto YouTube? Because my notifications are all messed up. All right, I'm going to get ready for the coin roll hunting. We're getting ready to go into the rolls. I know we're an hour and a half in. But I told Rob I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait. His stream's ending up here probably any minute now. The good old finger clip. Make sure it's on my roll opening hand. All right. Is a 1918 Mercury dime good for my first silver? Yeah, that's amazing. My first silver was my first silver since I started getting into YouTube was a silver Roosevelt dime from the 50s, I think. But no. My first silver wasn't actually a coin. It was a tiny little sterling silver watch case that I found in my backyard where I used to live. But when I was like 14 years old and didn't know what I was doing, I actually only ever found one silver coin, and it was a 64 Rosie. So it barely made it. Emmanuel's Workbench said, JD's Variety Channel, any recommendations for a good all-around metal detector for a beginner? There are certain detectors that can be used by anyone as long as it's like turn on and go. So there can even be more higher priced metal detectors that are still decent for a beginner. It really just depends on how much you want to spend. Like if you mean a beginner detector as in you don't want to spend a lot of money, then I would say something like my favorite entry-level metal detector personally are the low-end Fisher metal detectors like the Fisher F44 or the Fisher F22. They're pretty similar. Those are my personal favorite entry-level detectors. I still use them on scouting missions. They're super light. They're weatherproof. They give really concise signals. They're easy to learn. The coils they come with are like a nice size and design where it's easy to separate targets. That would be my advice. But if you want something that you want to grow into and you don't want to like feel like you're going to grow out of another detector, my favorite multi-purpose detector is the Technetics T2. It may be a little harder to operate at first because it's a real sensitive detector, and you may have to fine-tune it a little bit to learn how to like take the iron out and stuff. But I mean, really, I like the detector I use, the Technetics T2. I don't think it's overly complicated. I wouldn't recommend the detectors I used to use for a beginner, like the MindLab E-Track and the CTX, like those types of ones. I wouldn't recommend those for a beginner because they take a little bit of work to get used to. But the low-end Fishers I mentioned, awesome entry-level detectors. Probably anybody could use them. They're really simple, but you will find stuff with them, certainly. Thank you for posting that, Tim. Yeah, the Fisher F22. It's a good entry level detector, certainly. A beginner hasn't don't know what you're doing. Yeah. Like I said, those are the ones I can think of. But for beginner detectors, I would honestly say, if you do try to look at some other stuff, I do say on the beginner detectors, stay with the name brand ones because there's some pretty shoddy metal detectors out there that are like, under $200 where they try to add a bunch of bells and whistles and make it look like something cool. But if I was getting an entry-level detector and I didn't want something that was a piece of crap, I would definitely say stay with Fisher. Some of the low-end Garrett detectors are decent. I prefer the Fishers over the Garrett on the low end. A lot of people say the Bounty Hunters are decent. I've never used them a whole lot. And when you get too cheap on the Bounty Hunters, I don't like them as much. A lot of people that disagree with me, though. I've seen a lot of people that love their low-end Bounty Hunter detectors. But yeah, I like the low-end Fishers. They're my favorite. It's hard to explain. It's like the whole package. I love the shape of the Fisher coils. They're kind of a little more oval/triangular. It's a good design. I've found it on beginner level detectors that have the perfectly round coil. They don't separate targets as good, so it's hard to learn if you get too many signals or it bleeds into other targets. And there's just a lot of reasons. I just like them. Drew said I used to have a bounty and it was horrible. Yeah, some of the low-end bounty hunters are not very good. But you can find stuff with anything. But definitely stay away from like the Harbor Freight $50, $60 metal detectors. and that kind of stuff. Stay away from that type of stuff. You got to be careful too. There's some more, I mean, like any market, there's just dishonesty and people trying to promote things that aren't as good as they should be. I mean, there's expensive metal detectors, in my opinion, that are crap. So you got to be really careful. Just because you pay more doesn't mean the machine's necessarily better. I mean, I had a Garrett GTI 2500 that was like, I don't know, like $500. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. That machine was terrible. And I have no problem saying that. Not anything against Garrett. That detector specifically was just terrible for what they tried to make it up to be. Calling it like a, I don't know, it just wasn't very good. Yeah, I haven't used the Simplex much yet, like some of the new ones that are out. But there are some, I mean, the detecting market is getting really, as technology increases, you're able, like in today's day and age, you can get detectors that can do a lot more for a lot less than you could even 5 years ago. So, I mean, like back when I started, if you really wanted to get like a deep seeking detector that had amazing discrimination, you had to get like a high-end mine lab that was between like $1,500 and $2,500. That's not true anymore. There's a lot of deep seeking detectors out there now for $1,000 or even significantly less. So the game's changing. The game's definitely changing. Hey, Treasure Trolls, what's going on? Yeah, and that's a good reason to start cheap. If you don't know if you're going to like the hobby, and that's one of the reasons too why it's. And I mean, like for me, if I'm trying out something that I'm not sure about, I just get something used off of eBay. That way, I'm not like losing money if I try to resell it. Like it's like buying a car. Like the moment you drive it off the lot, the value just goes. So, I'm always I'm really thrifty. Like, oh yeah, let's do that while we're waiting. Before I start opening the coins. I'll be back in a second. Okay, this is really random, but this is like a beat up tripod I've been using for years, and I super glued it today. I'm not throwing it out. I'm gonna save this thing. Okay, so I talked to people about how. Hold on. Let's do one more thing. So this is like the evolution of me with camera gear. So this is one of the first cameras I ever used. Everything's worn off of it. You can see where it kind of said JVC there. I just beat these things to death. And so this is like one of the handy cams that I started using like back around, like 2012. And I have a couple of these that I just completely destroyed over the years. This is one that works still, but not very well. These eventually you can start hearing the internal component. I'll let you hear it. You should be able to hear it. Like the cameras that aren't mirrorless, you can hear it making a little ticking noise when it's running. It's not going to do it now. Usually it's going to do it while it's filming. So this one's got like a line through the screen at the top. Those LCD screens go bad after a while, but this one's in workable condition, but it's like a backup. These are the type, like I literally throw them in my vehicle, like don't care. So like I save all these because I just think it's fun. So this one doesn't work. This one kind of still works. And I have one more in my car right now that's in slightly better condition. And then I've been looking on the market, on used market on eBay for a long time. So I just got this, and I'm pretty excited about this. This is a model I haven't used before, but you'll see why I like this. So I've had 4 of these cameras over the years. You can see these are the standard batteries. And after a while, these batteries don't hold a charge very well. You'll get like 20 minutes out of them, or maybe like the older batteries, like 13 minutes of filming, and it's a pain. Like I have a pocket full of these in the field. I'm always popping these batteries in and out. So I knew I wanted to try another model of one of these on the used market on eBay. So I just got this puppy, which I was curious about this model and I wanted to try it out. So this is one that's used but slightly, but check out that battery on the back of it. So, okay, there we go. Check that thing out. Compared to, so I'm going to see how the quality is on this one. This might be the new one for detecting in the field because my other ones are just dying fast. There's a difference in these batteries. You can see the thickness from that to that. So this battery has 860 mAh. This thing, because it's not a generic one either, 3,750 mAh. So this is like a $20 to $25 battery, and that's one of the only reasons I bought this, because I got this for like $42 with the battery, and I've wanted one of these for a while. So I immediately got it on eBay, and I'm like, this battery alone is like a $20 plus battery, and this is a model that I think is one of the better ones for the handy cams. So I don't even know if this is going to fit in my camera case with that battery on it. So now when I'm out detecting, I am no longer going to have to worry about changing this, because this battery alone should probably give me about an hour of filming, maybe more. This might be an hour and a half of filming right there. Yeah, it has the flip screen. I'll boot it on right now for the first time, see how. I don't know if it's charged. Yeah, and this is one of the newer models because this has a really crispy screen on it. Like newer, meaning like newer of the old ones. Obviously, they don't make any of these anymore. This one is model GZ E200BU. It's a model I've never had one from this series, but it looks pretty good. I'm gonna flip that open. I'm going to test the autofocus right away here. Oh, you know what? This might be the ticket, guys. This actually might be, a lot of these handy cams are like 720p. But this one, the autofocus is super quick, which they all are in these handy cams, which is why I use them. And this one is looking sharp on getting up close and very fast. So let me grab a random coin here. This penny. Oh, yeah. So my next video, unless I finish one that's editing, this is going to be like my metal detecting videos until this one dies. Like I said, this is used, but it doesn't have a lot of external marks on it. So probably just very light use. But that with that big beefy battery, this is my new in the field camera. Super happy. Just got this in the mail, and now I won't have to worry about popping new batteries in and out. So I always watch eBay like a hawk. It's so funny over the years. Like I ended up collecting these things now. I'm looking for certain models to compare them. So it's like a weird thing I got into. So that's kind of like that's like my collection right there. I have one more right now. Actually, I have 2 more. I have another dead one, and then the one that I've been filming with that is starting to get really loud. And yeah, so that was off topic, but I'm pretty excited about that. And it's got the charger and all that stuff. Somebody's asking what model it is. It is the GZ E200BU. And there's a dash after the GZ on all these models. There's always a dash after the first two letters. Mudswat, can you set up for multiple angle shots? These things have a pretty narrow lens. They're not good for like vlogging and stuff. You can't do a whole lot with them because they're older. But they're amazing for metal detecting. And they're hard to break too. They're pretty hard to break unless you drop it on like a solid surface, like a concrete floor or something. They're pretty hard to break, which is great for metal detecting. I just cleaned this one off, but if you saw the one in my car the other day, like sometimes I have these like completely caked with mud. So this will be good for the trekking in the woods and places where I'm not going to take an expensive camera. Tim said, what editing software do I use? I literally still use Windows Live Movie Maker. It is so old and so outdated. It's not even on the new operating systems. You have to go and find old versions of it to download. Yes, I'm very old school. I don't like to keep up to date with technology, and I even can't stand the fact that YouTube finally made it so that the old YouTube layout is broken. Up until about 2 months ago, you could still use the YouTube layout that they used the whole way back to like 2012 when I started, and they finally made it so that the software, or like I don't know what you would call it, the coding finally broke, so to speak, and you can no longer revert to the old YouTube version, even with like add-ons on your browser. So I'm pretty upset about that. No, I don't like I don't like the complicated editing software and stuff. It just gets too complicated for me. I try to keep it simple. So we're going to start going into the coins here in a minute. I know it's taking a little bit longer than expected here, but I will point out first, I can't go up here too far. Let me make sure I have the right one here. It was Robert who has the highest super chat so far. That's $30. So I'll just briefly go through it again before we start going through the coins. I have a bunch of random stuff here I'm sending out in a package to the highest super chat tonight. Jokingly, my 5-cent piece from the Coinstar. Bunch of pennies mangled together. My blow-torched aluminum coin from the video I did several years ago. I got a penny from Britain. The Centennial 1967 bird cent from Canada. The 1968 penny that I found in my backyard. I figured because that's the only coin I found so far, that would be like something personal to send from my channel. The 1 ounce copper bar. The $2 River Bridge, Mississippi River Bridge stamp design. From the CMC Mint, 1 ounce of copper. That, and I showed the Chinese commodity ration coupon from 1978. And then I got some of that government issue stamp and one from South Korea. I'm not showing everything up close now. Just grabbed a lot of random stuff I have hanging around here. And that's going out to the highest super chat tonight. All of it. I can't show it all up close. I'm going to throw it all in a bubble mailer and out it goes. And I'll grab it to show everyone here. It's going to be on a stream coming up. So pretty soon, I'll probably announce it before I do it, which stream it's going to be on, but I'm going to, sooner than later, I'm going to be giving away one of these Shadow X drones. It comes complete with the remote control that you set up with your phone. Shadow X drone comes with the this carrying case. You know, the instruction manuals, everything you need. I'll put that back in there later. Comes in like a travel bag. like a case. These are $100 drones. They're not like super expensive, but they're not like the mini, like dirt cheap junk drones that are like 30 bucks. This is probably the best drone in that price range. These for the price of these, they actually do quite well compared to the more expensive ones. So this is probably the best drone in its price range. And I'm going to be giving one of these away on a stream coming up soon. I'll probably make it an epically long stream where we have like a bunch of $50 boxes or something, but I want to give one of these away to somebody on the channel. So I figured I'd show that. And let's see here. Katie Rose said, why did you move out of the other house? That's a pretty long story. I've gone over it a little bit here and there. I was looking for a change of pace. The house itself wasn't good for me for working by myself. It was a little more remote. There was a lot of reasons I was looking for another place. But I'll keep it short. It just wasn't. I was looking for a space that was better for me and what I do, for working from home in different reasons. And also, sometimes I get bored when I'm one place too long. Yeah, Bird Dog, the new everything on YouTube, I don't like. It took me a while to get used to the new dashboard. I mean, it's okay now because they keep adding features, but for the longest time, it was horrible. But at least now that they have all the features added in and it's all broken down per category, there is a lot of useful stuff in it, but I still prefer the old layout. But at least they made it a lot better than when they released it. Like when they came out with the beta version of it, like when it wasn't fully released yet, it was horrible. Richard, thanks for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Get a super chat on the board. Let's get you on the sticky here. Let's go with good old Brown. I hate to do this to everybody, but I really need to go put my laundry in the dryer. Let's see. Time me. And I need to clean my lint trap too. So this is going to be world record time. I'm going to get all my clothes into the dryer and clean the lint trap. Hold down the fort. I'll be back in a moment. Everybody in the chat, let everybody know I will be right back. So that was record time. So so you're guessing, why do I keep the lint from my dryer? This stuff right here is a perfect fire starter. That right there, you can start a fire with that. That's the bat. I don't know. I put random like some cotton in there too. That's my fire starter kit. Whew, it's getting hot in here. I'm taking this off. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. This room is actually the one that hasn't gotten much attention yet. No Jeopardy music while we wait. Sorry. Copyright issues. Yeah, the new dashboard's really messed up, Bird Dog. I do like the real-time, how they've been improving the real-time stuff, though. Greetings from Johnson City. Awesome. Not too far away from me. Good to see you stop by. What was that brand of drone? It is the Shadow X drone. So here's what we'll do tonight. Every time I find a silver, I'm going to take a shot of this. Let's give a starter. Yes, I'm still a big kid. I've been into that lately. I can't stop buying this stuff right now. Here, we'll put it down here. Justin, what's going on? Actually, I might run out. There's not a whole lot left in here. Man, that stuff's so good. Maybe before I go through the coins, I should probably eat a snack real quick. I don't know if I'm going to make avocado toast tonight or not. Maybe every 2 silvers. Hopefully I find any silver in the box. Otherwise, I'll have to find another. Yeah, well, that'd be a lot of sugar. I could take a shot every time I get a super chat. We'll have to do it. I'm going to have to just get all kinds of everybody likes to torture me when I did the weird foods before. So I was going to do that. I was going to go to the international aisle and like a Kroger around here and just buy all kinds of goofy and weird stuff and just eat it on the streams. I'm probably going to do that for one of the next streams just for fun. And always get some really spicy stuff too that makes me miserable. People like sending super chats and watching me suffer. What were you, was everybody here? What was I mixing before? Like I downed I was downing like the spicy pickles. What else was I eating too? Like a horrible mix. Oh yeah, it was Slim Jims and spicy pickles. Oh, that was horrible. Mudswat said, I'd like to see you remain healthy. Yeah, I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to eat a ton of food. I'm not going to eat a ton of gross food. A little bit. I mean, I need a lot of calories. I got a fast metabolism. Rob sent me. Uh-oh. I guess that means Rob's stream's over. Welcome, Husker and Karsten. I'm still young. Yeah. Yeah, I know guys, especially as they get older, a lot of them have to be more careful about what they eat. But I mean, I exercise a lot. Like in the summer, I really push myself. I actually got back into running this year and worked out some issues I had with my knee from not doing hardcore exercise for a long time. But in the summer, I can burn a lot of calories. I do a lot of running, even in the high humidity in the woods and stuff. Hey, Justin, Ed, Tim, Hayden, Katie, good to see everybody coming in. Coin Kid. Sorry, I missed yours earlier. Yeah, metal detecting you can burn a lot of calories metal detecting too. All right, so it's time to get started here. We're gonna start going through some coins. We're not gonna wait any longer. This is the box here. I'm gonna get rolling. Bird Dog, you're probably not gonna get me in the water. I'll eyeball on the bank. Hey, Becca, good to see you. Oh, Gwen said we just moved to TN. Love it. What part of Tennessee are you in? I absolutely love the northeastern part here, close to Virginia. It's kind of like a mix between. It's like I've always said this area of the Appalachian Mountains. It's like where the north meets the south. It's like not super south here, but it's not like the north either. It's literally where I live. It's like the gateway to the south because you got the mountains, but yet you got that southern feel here in Tennessee. Jonathan, I'd love to go up to New Hampshire to do some detecting. At some point, yeah, I would love to. At some point, I would love to make it up to Vermont too. Maybe do a collaboration with Green Mountain Metal Detecting. That would be fun. I want to do some really deep north detecting. It's overdue. I had fun filming that video when I went back to Pennsylvania. I know a lot of other. Why is it not focusing on me? I had a lot of fun doing that video, detecting that colonial farm and finding my first crotal bell. I mean, I had a blast. Hayden, I appreciate this super chat. $5. First time watching the live stream on this channel, but pretty sure I'm here to stay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you very much. I'm going to get you a sticky, and you're going to go up on the wall. And then we're getting into the coins. My coin roll finger is exposed and ready to go. I did briefly, before I got up, saw a comment that said, how close do I live to Kingsport? I'm in Kingsport all the time, so that should give you an idea. I'm in the Tri-Cities area, so I'm all over Johnson City and Kingsport and Bristol and Blountville and all those areas. I mean, look at my P.O. box in the description. My P.O. box is in Blountville. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to cut my finger this time. I'm not going to try to get those up under my finger. That hurts when you get those pointy little triangles from the rolls jabbed up under your finger. I cut it open on the last stream. Not cool. The pains of a coin roll hunter. It's hard work out here. You guys ain't got nothing on my profession. Be brave, come to Canada someday. I would like to make it up to Canada. All right, so let's start going through some rolls. Hey, BH Ringer, what's going on? Dave, good to see you in here. All right, I'm just going to start going through some rolls now. I don't have any enders on this box except the bottom row of the bottom could have them. I get the black Brinks boxes, so I can never check the very, very bottom. But no enders today. Yes, Ed Booth, it is definitely a first world problem. I'm going to put this down a little bit now. Oh, I got to get a bag. Hold on. Oh yeah, I gotta love my metal detecting pants. I'm the most presentable YouTuber ever. I just start live streaming in like filthy clothes. Ah, there goes the ready whip. Every time I find a silver, we're gonna take a shot of ready whip. It's always hard getting these bags started. All right. Try using a fork to start the wrapper. I feel like that could end up a lot worse using a fork. I'd end up stabbing myself. Very nice, Dave. Wow, the first roll's giving me trouble. Why? Oh, I've already been streaming for quite a while. It's going to take me a while to get into the zone here tonight. Nothing in roll one. Why am I having, these are wrapped super tight. What is the issue here? These are wrapped tighter than normal. Come on. I don't know if this is a good sign or not, but roll number 2, I've got like an uncirculated bicentennial. So I hope that means this box is heading in the right direction. Well, I already got a find. It's not uncirculated, but I think a sticky just came down off the wall because my HVAC just turned on. Roll number 2. 2010 NIFC. It's circulated a little bit, but roll number 2, so we're heading in the right direction. Rob finds treasure with the 555 super chat. Rob sent me. Man, we're living in some kind of matrix here. I'll wait for Rob finds treasure, but I'll give Rob finds treasure a sticky while I'm waiting for Rob finds treasure. And by the way, there they are. The Rob finds treasure socks. Oh. And I gave you the yellow one that I never use in case the other Rob gets jealous. It's kind of hard to see on there. We'll keep it a secret. PGA Loom with the 554 super chat. What, you going to let Rob outdo you? Rob, me too. Great socks. All right, let's get you the sticky here. Oh. Let's go with another roll. Katie said, love the socks. If you want to buy some, go over to Rob's channel. Okay, now the real Rob's here. Rob 5555. I think Rob I mean, you outdid the first Rob by 10 times, so I don't think he's going to be too happy. I mean, that's a little bit over the top. And Rob, you are the highest super chat tonight, so you're probably going to get tonight's package of random goofiness. I know you didn't know about it, but you beat the $30 super chat, which is the highest one so far tonight. But there's still time. There's still time for somebody to outdo you. But I got to get the other Rob a sticky. All right. So Rob, you said you're having what? Crab legs and what? Steak tonight or something? You're going all out tonight? Oh, don't be upset, Rob. You know you had full intentions of doing that. But Rob, remember, you did always said you wanted one of my detecting finds, and I never got around to sending you one. I'm giving away the first coin I found in my backyard here from the last video. That's part of the package. And also my special 5-cent piece from the Coinstar. Hold on. We got to show this here. That's my special 5-cent piece. Rob, I will put it, if you're the highest one, because there's still time. I don't want to roll anyone else out, but I will put it in a flip and I will sign it for you. And I will put the date that I found it on it. Yes, Dave, it's a little bit gnarly. That was one of my favorite Coinstar finds just because it was so goofy. The blue one that's kind of painted. But hey, Rob, while you're here also, just quickly, I am pretty soon here. I'm getting to a point where I am going to start doing more. My schedule is going to be a lot more open. So if you want to try to get something together this year and meet up, I would like to make that happen. I would love to make that happen this year. So I'll have to give you a ring here one of these days soon. We can have a good old chat. Sir Benji, I had crab legs and shrimp for dinner. Man, everybody had a much better dinner from me. I just had a lot of random stuff today. I had no point to my meals. You'll show up whenever I say. We'll make something happen. Justin, I hope we pull out some silver. Every silver I find, I'm taking a shot of Ready Whip. So I'm hoping. It's looking good over there. I really want a shot of that. Nothing yet. Second roll, we found an NIFC. I should probably have that in my refrigerator while I wait. Yeah, I could just leave it in my fridge. That way it doesn't like thaw out too much. It'll be like water. The only bad thing about coin roll hunting while I'm doing the streams is for the first 2 hours, I was just like reading comments. And now like all of a sudden, it's like back to multitasking and I'm having a hard time keeping up. Hey, Luke, what's going on? Good to see you in here. Man, I found a 1982 with the weak FG. I thought it was a no FG at first. That really had me. Rob's going into lurk mode. Enjoy your food. Bird dog, I don't know. I don't know if you'd get Rob in the water or not. I mean, he's in Texas, so I'm pretty sure he would be happy just to be up here digging some silver rosies and mercury dimes. I know in Texas it's not as easy to find the old stuff. But I know Rob would love to get himself on a Civil War bullet or relic of some kind. I think we need to talk about it. I mean, I think that would be a blast, all three of us getting together to do a dig. I would love to see that happen. I'm willing to make it happen. Ooh. Got a 1990 here that's a misaligned die. It's not quite a pie cruster, though. I call it a pie cruster when the reeded edge of the coin is on the side of the coin. This one's misaligned a little bit, but not quite. Almost good enough to save, but not quite. So that one gets tossed back. That sounds good, Bird Dog. I definitely would like to make it happen. We could figure it out. Either if Rob comes in up here, I could drive down with him. We'll figure something out. Because I'm ready to, especially this time of year, going into February and March. That is prime time Tennessee digging. When the temps are about in the 50s, the ground's moist. It's not like blazing hot. It's just like perfect. So I'm itching to get on the road a little bit. Whether you come up here, we go down there, I don't really care. Elvis says these coins will be useless. I guess at some point, everything becomes useless. Most things, I should say. Whereas that's got a nice dent in it. There has been no currency in the history of mankind that has ever made it past the fall of the kingdom, country, whatever you want to call it. What errors do I look for? Like just when I'm going through boxes of half dollars, I casually look for the 1983 and in 83 no FG. I look for the 87s, of course, as you pointed out. Sometimes I set the 74Ds aside and check them with my scope later. And I just look for obvious errors. I even feel for them. I try to find underweight coins, overweight coins, off-center coins, ones that have really bad strikes if I notice the details really messed up. So I just try to keep a keen eye. I look more for errors. I don't look for a lot of different varieties, but I always try to keep a few in my mind of easy ones to look for, like the no FGs and stuff like that. Justin said I bought a 1916S Mercury Diamond VF condition last year for only $450. That's awesome. Hopefully there's some silver in this box. A little bit of a slow start here. Ugh. Ooh, 11:25. It is getting late. You can probably tell I've been here a while. I'm starting to like drift off. Somebody find something fun or engaging to talk about in the chat. We'll try to keep an eye out here. I'm getting a lot of really weird 1990s in this batch that are struck really bad. Oh, coin down. Fun fact, 385,000 people are born a day. Yeah, I'm always into numbers and weird stuff like that. Like I watched the population clock and it's just like mesmerizing. Yeah, I'm weird like that. What's better, dogs or cats? Well, that's a tricky one. I mean, it's hard to beat a really intelligent dog, but I like cats a lot better than what I call oversized rats, the yipper dogs. I would prefer a cat with a good personality over a little yipper dog, but it's hard to beat the good breeds of the dogs that are very intelligent. What's a good winter, snow or cold? I would say snow, because one of the problems we have here in Tennessee is that some winters we hardly get any snow. So what happens is it'll just be wet and sloppy for a couple months, and it gets really dreary because the snow literally reflects the sun off of everything, and it gets really bright and happy. So on winters here, when we don't actually have a lot of snow, it can get really drab for a couple months. And so if it's going to be cold and it's going to be winter, I would actually prefer to have the snow, at least for a while. I got one of the $50 with the black spot on the 9 and the date. It's pretty common in my area. I stopped seeing those for a while, so I don't know if that's a good sign or bad right now. I'm going to put this back in the fridge. Did you have to, Stephen? Linda, I've always had ants in my pants. I'm very sneaky. I just sneak up on people. I love scaring people. Like I grew up scaring my mom, my cousin, anyone. Like, I'm super sneaky. Like, I show up behind you, like, and you'd never know I was there. This box is dry. None of the enders looked interesting, so it was a little suspect. I was like, hopefully these aren't dud batches. But there was hope. There was always hope. There just needs to be that one coin. That one coin. My son used to scare me. I cured him of that habit. That's funny. I stopped scaring my mom anymore because it's getting to that point. I don't want to. I don't want her to have a heart attack. So I would, because she gets really, really jumpy. So the last thing I want to do is accidentally kill my mom. So I think the jump scare days with my mom are over. Now here's an interesting coin here. I wish this didn't have this weird. I don't know if that's just toning. Actually, that might be slightly rusty. This is a 1971 with incredible luster. If I tilt it away, you can see there's some really bad brown spots. But now that I tilt it in the light, that might just be a really bizarre toning. It probably did have something spilled on it at some point. But look at the strike. Look at the eagle on the reverse. There's almost no lines in the eagle. It's a near uncirculated coin, but it's a pretty weak strike. That's actually a very interesting coin. One of my best error finds is in a box of $50 is a high-grade $50 like this, but the eagle, the lines on the shield there, they're missing. It was like stamped completely flat. I'm going to hang on to that one and look at it later. That's actually a pretty interesting coin, especially because it's in really good condition. That might be a keeper. Yeah, mud swat. That's how it is with my mom. A few times I've scared her so bad I thought I was going to kill her. Yeah. I wonder what they would put on the death certificate, like a cause of death jump scare. Apparently, there was a case a long time ago that somebody's young kid died at Halloween because of the scary costumes. They opened up the door and their kid died. Stuff like that happens. People can die from jump scares. Why is everybody putting one in the chat? Oh, I see why. That's funny. I agree, Mud Swat. Only terrify healthy people. Yeah, and you got to be careful too. Like some people react, like you should never You should never jump scare somebody that like reacts with their arms. That's never good. Bird dog used to jump scare grandma. Oh boy. Yeah, my grandma. Oh man, she wouldn't have been the type to mess with on that. She would have probably been she would have been chasing me down. That wouldn't have been good. Grandma would not have taken lightly to a jump scare. I don't think that's an avenue I ever wanted to test. Hey, American Eagle Hoarder, what's going on? Here's a pretty thick rim, probably a 70s coin, but please be a proof. And then it's just a really nice 1977. Oh, this box is dry. That's the first half. We only have one NIFC and one interesting coin. Not much, just found your channel. So, well, howdy then. You have a lot of videos to catch up on. I've been on here since 2012. You're going to be busy for weeks. Grab the popcorn. Starting to hit some higher end 70s coins here, so hopefully that means the bottom half of this box is going to be better. I want to see some silver because I need some dairy. Here's something I do for every new coin hunting channel I find. Thank you for the $5 super chat. And everybody that makes a super chat on this stream gets a sticky on the wall. So you got a sticky coming here in a second. As soon as I get through this roll, that is. Well, that's a really thick rim. And another coin down. All right. Maybe there's not a lot of silver in these boxes. Maybe some people, once the quarantine started, maybe more people got into coin roll hunting and cleared my area out here. American Eagle. Hoarder Will. With the $5 super chat. Up on the wall you go. You're sticky. I definitely want to get a silver tonight. Oh, really thick rim here. I think that's a 70s one though. Yeah. I just keep hitting these though all of a sudden, so there's something going on with this bottom half of this box. I could do a recap, show everybody else what I found on the last stream. I saved one of my really good boxes I had from like a year ago because I took quite a break from coin roll hunting, and I found the most amazing proof in the last box I went through, and a few silvers as well, and one in silver that's in like an insanely good condition 40%er. What is that phone number to, Bird Dog? I feel like there's some significance to that. I got a 1983 with a very weak strike, but it's got the FG on it, and I've seen worse strikes, so we're not going to save that one. I'd like to at least find something interesting to show up close, but this has been all run-of-the-mill half dollars right here. Nothing too interesting so far. Sing It. I don't know that one. I got rid of my TV like 8 years ago, so I don't see many commercials anymore, if that's indeed what it is. 867-5309. I have no idea. I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop. Persian Profit Bandit, $5 super chat. Met your buddy, cut a plug, would like to detect with you sometime. Well, thank you for this $5 super chat. I appreciate it. That's awesome to hear that you met up with Rusty. I guess that means you live somewhere around here in Northeast Tennessee, maybe. Send me an email and look in the description. My email's there. If you send me an email, I'll get back to you. Just be patient, because sometimes on my YouTube emails, I only check them like once a week. But if you send me an email there, I will get back to you. And I got to give you a sticky. All righty. No, you're out of the loop. I don't know. We're all out of the loop. The one that I remember is because I mean, I guess it's probably a Pennsylvania thing, because he was a lawyer in Pennsylvania. He bought so much ad time, it seared into my conscience from growing up, the commercials. It was for Edgar Snyder and Associates law firm. It was 1-800-94-EDGAR. Oh my gosh, see, that guy bought so much ad space on the local TV station. It was ridiculous. There's no fee unless we get money for you. I think that was their slogan. Something like that. It was bad. And probably the other 1-800 was something, 1-800 something. Stanley Steamer makes carpets cleaner. That one. I think that jingle got me. The Stanley Steamer one. That one, I think they came up with the most addicting jingle. Well, I mean, there's other ones, but that one for some reason always got seared in my conscience. We probably shouldn't start going down this path. It's going to be like nostalgia overload. Oh, yeah, the nationwide ones, of course. Hey, Bird Dog, the Pizza Plus corporate headquarters, I drive past all the time. It's right where my P.O. box is. Whoa! Whoa! We got an interesting find here. I don't think I've ever found one of these before. Ouch! I think somebody shot this one. Man. That's crazy. Elvis, the point of the gloves is because coins are nasty. Look how black they are already. Look at my exposed fingers already black. Yeah, I think somebody shot that with a 22. That's pretty fun. That's crazy. Yeah, somebody definitely shot that one. Tell you what I'll do. If somebody wants that one, next super chat, I'll send it to somebody if they want it. Next super chat, I'll send that to you. Doesn't matter what amount it is, even if it's a 99 center. I got to stop being a pack rat and hoarding stuff. Because that would go in my collection. It's just super cool. That was a dead-on hit. American Eagle Hoarder Will send a $2 super chat. It's yours, my friend. Send me an email in the description below. What is my best Civil War find? Definitely my Civil War Eagle breastplate. That's definitely my best one. Well, we finally got a find here. It's not silver, but finally something. And there's a really nice 1985D. I'll show it to everyone here in a second. Oh, another coin down. But in that roll, I just found a not in very good condition 2004 NIFC. But it's something. How many Civil War related items have you found? I found I have a pretty good assortment of. I have a lot of bullets. I found a lot of unique things that like one-off items that are pretty difficult to find sometimes. I have a Confederate Civil War spur that I dug up. I have found a Civil War J-hook. I have found, what else have I found? Different types of hooks and straps, those sorts of things, like the brass pieces. I've never found one of the knapsack triangles. That's kind of the one I've always wanted to find. Trying to think what else. I do have one carved bullet, which is pretty cool. Man, I'm kind of blanking out right now. Because, I mean, my Civil War collection isn't extensive. Yeah, that's the one I found with Bird Dog, a carbine. Yeah, what's the oh, and the one I found in the field that you took me in, Bird Dog, the nose cap, the brass nose cap. That was really cool. So I'm building a musket one piece at a time. One piece at a time. Thank you for sending the email. I'll get it out to you. I'm trying to think what else I found for Civil War stuff. I mean, usually it's just mostly bullets when I look. Oh, and of course buttons. How did I forget? I mean, I found several general service buttons. I've never found one with a letter on it, so I don't know why. All of mine have been the very plain general service ones, but I found the coat size and the cuff size general service buttons. Most of them have been the normal size, but I know for certain I did find a cuff size one too at a very old site. But yeah, quite a few. I have found quite a few Civil War buttons, the general service ones. No good finds yet, Silver Ghost. It's been really slow in this box. The best find has been a $50 that was like shot solidly. And, oh, what? Please tell me that didn't happen. Did I set the wrong one aside? Oh, no. Please tell me I didn't do that. Oh, no, I set it here. Thank goodness. I thought I threw that back in the bag, and I was going to have to dig through the whole thing. That was close. But that was at there. For anyone just coming in. That's the best find tonight. Unfortunately. Oh, come on. I want to see some silvery edge. Anything. Justin, I'm trying to build up my silver stack. I'm trying. These rolls just aren't being very nice tonight. My dryer just made a very weird noise. I heard it the whole way up here. I should probably go check on that. Yeah, Bird Dog, if there's a lead shortage, you're definitely in business. Have I dabbled with Bitcoin? Yeah, I've talked about that before. I tried day trading it and just doing like swing trading and short-term trading it a couple of years ago. I made some money, but I was putting too much time into it, and I quit doing that. And naturally, I sold out of my Bitcoin position when it was like $4,000. And now if I would have just held on to 2 Bitcoins, I would have made like 60 grand. But I probably would have sold it off before it went that high anyway and just took the profit and ran. So I knew I should have kept at least 1 Bitcoin and never touched it and just tried to forget about it because I knew there was a potential for it to go nuts. But, oh, well, I didn't. Steven, I've actually bought a storage unit before. Now, I live in a not very populated area, so you have to travel a long distance, and I don't have a truck, and I'm not going to haul stuff for hours and deal with all the big junk and stuff you have to get rid of. I'm one person, and I have problems lifting heavy stuff as it is. But I did get storage locker footage at one point. It's a long story. I posted the video and then I removed it, and I was going to redo it, and I never got around to it. But I bought a storage locker, and my first storage locker ended up being all of the contents of an occultist, and it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild. That's actually where this hat came from. This because he lived up in the mountains. This hat is from the abandoned storage unit I bought a couple years ago. One of the best finds in there. My favorite hat. Oh man, a dirty edge just fooled me. I thought I had a 40%er. How did you get ripped off? How did you get in on that Walmart settlement? That was an old one, but I actually just recently entered into another class action lawsuit, like, I don't know, like 5 months ago or something. I never heard anything back from it. I got an email because they had to send an email out to anyone who could have been potentially affected. So, oh man, I thought that was an 82 no FG. It's just very weak. Close. I have to look at that one closer. I can't see the FG on that one, but it's got dirt on it. Why does there have to be a little schmutz right there? I need to wipe this off with something. Give me a second. This is what happens to my old shirts. They become coin rags and cleaning off metal detecting finds and stuff. This might be a 1983 no FG. It's just got some junk there by the thing. Man, it's hard to tell if that's damage or not. I'm going to have to look at that under a scope. I think this might be an 83 no FG. But it's so hard to tell. There's something there. Man, what do you think, guys? Almost looks like there's a tiny bit of raised up metal there. But when you tilt it that way, it disappears. I don't know. I'm going to have to, that one's going to be, I'll have to look at that one under a scope. It might be there. That little, you can't read it. That's for sure. Yeah, I have to scope that one to see if that's something else. If anything, definitely both letters are certainly not there. Okay, we got a couple shiny ones in here. Yeah, there's a lot of uncirculated 1997s in this box. I don't know why, and a 2001. Ew, there's a really dirty coin. 1996. And uncirculated 1974. This roll was weird all of a sudden. Oh, wow. Just rolled over to 3 hours in the stream. How's the dryer? I don't know. I didn't check on it. Have I gotten anything tonight? Oh, is that just a dirty clad edge? Man, these are fooling me. Is that a 40? No, it's not. Ugh. No, it's been a rough night on this box. And I only have one box left, so we're probably going to save it for another night. It's not easy to get coins right now. See you, Dave. Thanks for stopping in. This is the last roll of this box, and it is not looking good. Oh, I missed. Oh, that was rough. That was rough. Yeah, Sandra, I really wanted some whipped cream. I'll have to finish it anyway. Maybe I'll take a shot of the whipped cream because I found I could do it for every NIFC. How's that? I get 2 shots. I found 2 NIFCs. What does silver look like again? This is what it looks like because my last box was pretty good. This is what a beautiful silver looks like. Such a pretty sight. That came out of my last box. Along with this. 67. And another 67. And the most amazing proof I've found in a long time in a box. That stunner right there. Caution, may cause eyeball damage. Especially, look at that reverse. That is just stunning. All right. Focus, please. Focus on the water bottle. Thank you. Dacone 710, what's going on? Yes, it is. I've been here for 3 hours, and I'm probably not going to be here much longer. We just went through a very dry box of half dollars. I'm going to leave here pretty soon. So Rob is the highest super chat at $55.55. It's getting late. $55.55. This is a last chance for somebody to send a higher super chat than 55.55, or Rob is going to take the package for tonight, which is my special 5-cent piece that I found in the Coinstar. The 1968 penny that I found in my backyard in the last video. The coin that I blowtorched in a YouTube video back in 2016, a French coin. A centennial bird cent and a British penny. Some stamps, the 1 ounce of copper, the Mississippi River Bridge, ounce of copper, and then a Chinese commodity ration coupon from the 70s, which is a pretty interesting one. I think that was it. Just a bunch of random stuff I grabbed. Why did I blowtorch that coin? Because that was back when I was just messing around with very bizarre concepts for videos. And it wasn't something that was extremely valuable. It was really nice looking, and I wanted to see what would happen, so I blowtorched it. All right, Bird Dog. Thanks for stopping by. I'm leaving here soon, too. I hope you find some stuff tomorrow. Justin, this won't grade MS 70. It's going to grade MS 350, right? There's 5 of them. MS 350. All right, Katie, thanks for stopping by. Sorry I couldn't find anything in that box. I'm going to stream the other box sometime here sooner than later. And I'm going to be trying to get some more too. Sandra, yes, I will keep you updated on the bees. I still need to try to figure that out tonight. Because I hope they're not dying of starvation. That would not be cool. Have a good night, Robert. John said 2 shots of whipped cream. Okay, let's end it with that. Oh, so that's going to be gross. Let's make sure I don't put that finger in my mouth. That was a big one. Nice. Oh, that's so good. Ooh, that stuff is so good. Especially I'm hungry too. I'm gonna get ready to cook something up. Maybe I'll cook something up while the live stream's still on. Who knows? Yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm actually fading pretty fast right now. Normally I'm good to go, but I'm actually getting tired tonight. I got a lot I got to do tomorrow because we're getting a couple days that are dry and sunny and up in like the mid 40s. So I've been getting a lot of outside stuff done. John, I'm an old fart. I'm 32. Hey, I've dug over 250,000 holes. I don't know. It could be closer to 500,000. I mean, I've dug up like probably 42,000 or so coins metal detecting. That doesn't include any trash targets. Yeah, I have dug. I'm probably in the close to maybe 45,000 coins dug. Because the 40,000, I'm in the low 40,000s on clad alone. So if you add in all my silver, I'm over 1,000 silver coins dug. I'm probably close to 45,000 coins if you start to count all the foreign ones I found. Oh yeah, the wheat pennies. I've dug thousands of wheat pennies. I'm probably getting pretty close to 50,000 coins dug. And I have almost every coin I've ever found metal detecting in storage. I have a gigantic bin of dirty coins. Yes, Dave. Yes, I still have almost every clad coin I've ever dug. Ever. I want to do something crazy with it. I want to clean it up. Maybe do a video where like I put 40,000 coins in a gigantic tumbler or electrolysis or something. And then maybe like make like a table out of coins or something. I don't know. Who knows? I want to try something really cool to do with it. It's getting late. What's my favorite day of the year? Whatever day I was the happiest on. I don't know. It changes every year. Hey, Linda, good to see you popping in. You caught me just in time. I'm getting ready to leave here soon. Oh, you're modding on another channel. I can add you here sometime if you ever want to. You've been on here long enough that I trust you with it. Yeah, Coinpoxy tabletop. Yep, I was thinking about it. What's the coolest coin I found? I actually found an off-center Lincoln penny once that is like literally like a half. It's like literally half the coin's missing. It's a really bizarre. Like it must somebody. I don't know if it was in circulation or not, but I'd have to see if I can find it. I found some really bizarre stuff, but I did actually find an off-center penny that's, literally struck like 50% off. It just has Lincoln's head on it. There's no date on it because the date's missing. It is a copper one, so it is fairly old. It's a copper off-center strike. The date's completely gone. There's only most of Lincoln's head. The rest of the coin's just a blank planchet. I found that in an old baseball field. I have a lot of bizarre stuff. I'm going to start digging into showing my collection stuff here pretty soon. I'm probably going to have to make a series of YouTube videos out of it. I've got a lot of bizarre stuff that I've saved over the years. Most of it's just in storage and bins and stuff, and I gotta get it out and go through it. Yeah, my gold coin was pretty crazy. I found some pretty awesome foreign coins. Pretty neat stuff. I lost one of the best bizarre coins I ever found metal detecting that was old. I found an Indian head penny that somebody shot once, but I put it in a pouch that was, and the coin flipped out of it, and I lost it on my permission after I found it, and it was late, and I didn't have time to go back and look for it, and I was pretty far away from home. So one of the most interesting coins I found, the corner of the Indian head penny had a huge bubble in the back, and you could tell the bullet didn't go the whole way through. And it was just, you could tell somebody definitely shot it, and it was an Indian head penny, so it was probably done a very long time ago. And you could actually look that video up on YouTube and see it. Just type in metal detecting Big mistake. I think that's what it is. And you can watch me find that. It was a pretty cool video too. Let me see if that pulls it up. Yeah, if you type in metal detecting big mistake, it's like the second or third video that shows up. You'll see my channel, obviously. Oh yeah, it's metal detecting 1800s house, big mistake. And the thumbnail's just the word big. It takes up the whole screen. I know where I kind of know the general area. I lost it. I could go back to that permission someday and try to find it. Am I going to go back to that backyard bottle dump? You mean the one that's behind the farmhouse? Everything's down right now, and I was almost at the end of that. I don't know if I want to finish that out. That was a chore. And it was also getting to a point where I was almost eroding the entire way into the yard. That was a massive bottle dump from like 1970. Linda, it was a dry night. I didn't find anything good tonight. This was the most interesting coin right here. A Kennedy half that was like shot with a 22. That was literally the highlight of the night. Yeah, David, this is a good time to start digging once it gets into the 50s. I will say one thing, that for some reason here in Tennessee last year, the mosquitoes were the least invasive as long as I've lived down here. For some reason, the mosquitoes were not bad last year, and I cannot figure out why. Even over the summer, they were not bad. No idea why. Because last winter wasn't really even that. We didn't hardly have any snow last winter, and it didn't get like super cold. So I don't know why the mosquitoes were not bad last year. It could have been drilled into, but I don't know. That looks like a pretty solid hit. Could have been drilled. I have no idea. But the way it kind of goes up, it almost does look like it was a bullet the way it kind of went up. It doesn't look like just a straight drill. That's why it says, do I like fruit? Yeah, I eat fruit all the time. I got clementines and apples and pears in my fridge right now. I can't eat bananas plain because of the consistency. I told people that I don't like really mushy foods, but I put bananas in my smoothies. I like the taste. I just don't eat bananas plain. Appreciate it, David. I am getting back into doing a little bit more traveling now that my schedule is a lot more free and my life's kind of organized and I'm done with my break. So if you want to send me an email, it's in the description. Who knows? I may be able to shoot over there. Hard to say. I'm just, I'm taking everything day to day right now. But if you want to send me an email, I will get back to you. I'm going to send you an email of a picture of a ring I made for my daughter. She lost it up in Johnson City. Okay, well, if I ever find it, I'll give it back. But the odds of me randomly going over a target that's that specific, I would really doubt, but who knows? All right, guys. Well, I am fading fast, and I wasn't trying to dab. I'm wiping my eyes. Ugh, nasty gloves. I'm out of here in a minute. It has been too long, but we had fun tonight. It was a fun night. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. No reason to drag it out. I really thank everyone for stopping by, and I got some videos in the works, so we'll just keep rolling and see where things go. But planning on, we'll see, but tentative plans to be in Virginia this Saturday to do my first major dig of the year, so I should get a video up of that, and I've got some other stuff on the way too. So Should definitely be more interesting stuff going on this year. All right, everyone. It's been fun. It's been real. I'll see you all later.